and fast way. In the Winning Webinar Formula course, I'm going to show you a painless and fast way to quickly build, launch, and scale a webinar in your business so you can implement leveraged selling one-to-many around the clock. As always, we want to zoom out and ensure that we understand where webinars fall in your funnel and marketing plan. So as we look at the Fletcher Method framework here, we see that webinars are in the convert phase of the funnel section, meaning once we've used a highly effective, attractive lead magnet to educate them and solve one of their problems in minutes, then on the Authority Amplifier thank you page, we engage them. We built a relationship with them. We've given them context and shown them the forest through the trees. And now one of our conversion events are webinars. That's what we're going to cover in this course. Now, depending on what kind of business you have, you might have a different conversion event. You might get on a sales call with somebody, a prospect come into your physical office, you might sell a product online. But if you're selling a product anywhere from $500 to a couple $1,000s, webinars are the cat's meow when it comes to generating conversions around the clock. This is the Winning Webinar Funnel, and it follows my one-page funnel framework, but it's adapted to webinars. So I'm going to go through step by step all the pages you need to set up, how and why, all the email sequences, all the ads. So just hang tight and follow the process step by step. Again, there are done-for-you templates. If you follow the process, you simply can't go wrong. Let's look at why webinars matter, why they're so effective and so challenging, and why they could be very, very important, if not a game changer for your business. Webinars allow us to go from selling to one, where our calendar might be full of unqualified prospects, and we have to fill up all of our time just to speak with them. Even if we have a sales team, it's not the most effective way to scale, to teaching too many, where we can nurture and reach and engage and convert an audience, and they are there on a webinar because they're ready to learn. They understand that attending your webinar is the most important thing they should be doing right now in their life or business. Another reason why webinars matter is because most folks find them extremely technical and time-consuming. There's a good reason why a lot of business owners don't have webinars set up, and it's because they don't know how to do it. There's a ton of slides. They feel like it's overwhelming. They don't have a framework or an outline, and it sounds like a big undertaking to build a webinar. So I'm going to show you how to go from technical and time-consuming to simple steps. Literally, I cannot underscore enough that I'm going to give you a template for your webinar. I'm going to literally show you what to say on every slide and why. I'm going to show you how to find the right messaging and title for your webinar, how to set up ads and emails. So just go through the training once again and you will land the plane and have a highly effective, high converting webinar in place in no time. Most webinars are totally boring. Let's face it. They're full of a couple things. Have you ever seen a webinar full of bullet points? Yes. White backgrounds and boring text. And sales pitches. They'll educate you for 5 minutes and sell you for 55 minutes. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to go from totally boring to completely breathtaking, where not only the message, but the graphics, the image, the tone, the pace, the content is going to captivate your audience. If you're talented and you have expertise and you believe in what you're selling, it's incumbent upon you to sell that with passion, to show them the path, to finally eliminate the confusion and overwhelm of your customers and give them a clear path from point A to point B, and then simply say, hey, if you want more help from me, if you liked what you've learned right now and you want to go deep and let me help you get this done, then you can work with me. So it takes away all the stress and all the pressure of selling. The bottom line is webinars can take you from making small change where you're selling one-to-one to life-changing, like webinars have been for me and many of my students, where you know with predictability that you know your numbers, you know what you can pay to get somebody to register for a webinar, you know how many people will show up, and you know roughly with certainty how many people will convert. And once you've done a couple webinars, it's amazing that you can say, hey, I know I'll spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 on Facebook ads to get somebody to register because I know 30 or 40% will show up and I know how many will actually pay up and sign up. Once you know those numbers, you can scale limitlessly. You can spend as much as you want on advertising, and that's why webinars can be life-changing if you follow this formula. I like to think about webinars and other conversion events as an automated army of sales reps. That's what the internet and digital marketing allows us to do. It allows us to leverage our expertise. So if I'm sleeping, I'm hanging out with my family, I'm building content, I'm coaching my clients, people can be going through my content and consuming webinars, both live and automated, and understanding my message. People around the world that need my products or services, and the same is true for you. Let's dig into the 5 core steps required to build a winning webinar. The first step is a plan in advance. I know. If you're like me, you're really excited about building your webinar and starting to do advertising. But Sun Tzu once said, if you know your enemy, you will win half your battles. If you know yourself, you will win half your battles. But if you know both, you'll win 100%. Now, your prospects and target audience are obviously not your enemy, but they're distracted, they're confused, and there's a great chance that they sign up for webinars all the time, and yours has to stand out quickly and educate them and deliver the promise so they take the next step and work with you. So we have a planner so you can fill out a form and just understand what your audience needs to think and feel and do before you even put together your webinar. Step 2 is to craft your pitch. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up slide by slide every single piece of your webinar, not only with a framework, but a template. I'm literally going to give you a slide template so you can craft your pitch using my proven format and framework. So once you've done the recon and you know exactly why your customer should show up and what they should think and do, and you've crafted your pitch and you've put together the webinar itself, then you need to frame the funnel. You need to zoom out and say, okay, what steps do people need to go through from first opting in or signing up from a webinar via email to actually showing up and being excited and staying on board? And then how do you close out? How do you nurture people and show them that you have social proof and they should know you and like you and trust you, and actually ultimately sign up for your products and programs? So we're going to look at the whole webinar funnel, including the messages, the email, and the ads. I'm going to show you, no joke, what to put in every email before, during, and after the webinar, and every ad so you can retarget people. People who sign up but don't show up but don't pay up. You're going to have a specific formula and even swipe files and templates to get that done in your business so you can deliver the message quickly. And the 5th step is to measure and scale. This is what it's all about. Think about this. You just have to get proof of concept in place. You have to prove what you can pay for people to sign up, what percentage will show up, and ultimately pay up. So once you know those numbers, you can reverse engineer a limitless ad budget by measuring and scaling, and that's how you create a winning webinar. As always, this course will have time for many frameworks because I'm going to show you everything you need to know about webinars. There's a framework, as I said, to plan in advance, then to craft your pitch, to lay out slide by slide every single step of your webinar so you know exactly what to say and do in every slide. And I'm even going to give you a slide template for the webinar itself in Keynote and PowerPoint format. All you have to do is add the images, the branding, and the speaker's notes, and you're good to go. There's a complete funnel framework, so you're going to know the exact pages, ads, and emails to set up, how long the steps should be in between webinars, how to get more people to actually show up, and everything in between. I'm going to show you how to lay out, using my proprietary 5P email framework, exactly what to say in every email leading up to, during, and after the webinar, and the ads using my retargeting roadmap training. So it's pretty much everything you need to do, including scaling. How you're going to measure every step of your funnel so you know what the value is. You know, if you get $1,000 per sale, then what is the average value per attendee and registrant? All we have to do is pay less than the value and we're good to go, right? So what is your homework? All you need to do is follow the step-by-step training, dig into the winning webinar framework training. I really want to see you be successful. That's the winning webinar formula. Enjoy the training.